This is Rogues on the Road with Matt Froman and Rich Marshall, where we talk food, travel, craft beverages, and everything in between.
Welcome to Rogues on the Road. Food, travel, adventure, and everything in between. This week, there's quite a lot of British content.
We've got a little bit.
I'm Rich Marshall.
I'm Matt Froman, and
We've got our boy Gypsy, as always, keeping us in control.
Sort of.
yeah, we've got an interesting show tonight.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, it's all over the place. But there's some trickery happening. So
Is there?
yeah.
I'm
I
nervous.
think you guys are.
I'm nervous.
I'm a little nervous. You prepared something that was a little weird. So, but that I have no idea. Gypsy has no idea.
No clue.
Actually, Gypsy has more of a clue than you, just doesn't know it yet.
Right. Well, we're all a little nervous.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
There you go.
All right, so tonight's drink.
Dark and
A
Stormy.
little bit of a British influence. There's some mystery.
There we are.
Gyps, you've had Dark and Stormies, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I had one, and it wasn't Dark and Stormy.
It wasn't Dark and
It was
Stormy.
just
So,
dark. Or just
so
Stormy.
summer's coming around, so we're going to switch it up a little bit. We usually do a lot of beer, craft wine, craft cider,
Now we're
something with a cool
cocktails.
story. We definitely try and have a story behind it. This definitely has a story behind it, has some history behind it, has some false history behind it, and some things that were a little hard to get down to the bottom to.
Yeah, my theory behind Dark and Stormy was the British sailors had a ration of rum and ginger beer at hand to settle the stomachs on a rough, choppy night.
Yep.
Throw the two together and you're good to go.
That's correct. So,
Or is it?
Or is it? I think it is. So
I'm sticking with it.
the history of it: British Navy daily rum ration. Around 1655 to 1970 or so, sailors were given a daily rum ration. At the same time, sailors would also brew their own ginger beer. And there's all different types of ginger beers out there, but that's what they would brew.
Right.
And on nights when it was dark and stormy, you'd mix them together.
Love a good ginger beer.
That's what I was told many years ago on the island of Tortola. That's what you were under the assumption of.
Yep.
There's a couple of weird things. The British Navy wasn't given Goslings Black Seal rum because that's only been around since the 1860s.
Okay.
So what were they drinking? Well,
God knows.
a rum called Pussers, believe it or not.
Pussers.
Did you know that, Chips?
No.
Yeah. So a rum called Pussers.
That's British.
It's British.
Lovely.
And the rum was actually given through the 1970s. It's now out of Guyana. But you can't, if you mix it with ginger beer, you can't call it Dark and Stormy.
It's copyrighted.
It's trademarked.
Nice.
So this is Goslings rum. All right. We got it. Check.
Got it.
This is Goslings ginger beer. You mix the two together,
And you got Dark and Stormy.
garnished with lime, and is a Dark and Stormy. That has been trademarked since 1970.
Holy crap.
It's kind of bitchy. I'm sorry.
It is.
You call an old fashioned, but you can make it a bunch of different ways.
Right.
You can call a Manhattan, you can make it a bunch of different ways with a bunch of different spirits, vermouths, whatever you want to do. But this is actually, if you're going to call it a Dark and Stormy, it has to be made with Goslings Black Seal rum.
But who's checking that shit?
Believe it or not, people are.
Are they?
So if you have a restaurant, bar, Charisse, nobody can see, but she's sitting over there. You know, I'm sure you have you had Dark and Stormies on your menu? Right. And does it have to be made with Goslings ginger beer and Goslings?
If you're going to put it on a menu, it does.
Yeah.
But if someone walks into a bar and asks for Dark and Stormy, you're getting
You can call whatever you want. If you publicize it, then you have to use that. But to be honest, what you guys are drinking right now, this is the traditional. This is the traditional Dark and Stormy, which is very good.
This is delicious.
You know,
Oh, it is.
it's a sailor's drink.
Smooth.
Sweet.
The history on it is from the around World War I. A sailor went in, got this, noticed that the drink was very kind of dark and cloudy, so hence the name Dark and Stormy. Right. So what we thought was wrong. But there's other ginger beers out there.
There is indeed. But they wouldn't be Dark and Stormy.
No, but I
What
kind
would they
of
be?
like. I kind of like. I don't know. What would you call it?
Clear sky.
How about
Dark and steamy.
Dark and steamy. Ooh, I like that.
dark and steamy? Dark and squally?
There you go.
Dark with a chance of meatballs?
It's one of my favorite movies. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Never saw it.
Or
No.
or piss off. I'm going to call it whatever the hell I want, Dark and Stormy.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right? All right.
Or if you're in New Orleans, call it a hurricane.
Yeah, well, there's another one, Painkiller. Pusser's Painkiller
Jesus
did the
Christ.
same thing.
I didn't
There
know
was a
about
bar in New York City called Painkillers, and they were sued. And, yeah, because there's a drink actually made called the Painkiller, which is very good. So,
You just drink anything enough. It's a painkiller.
That's
Yeah.
right. Everything goes numb at a while.
it?
After a while.
I can't. My eyes are. Can you read
They
this?
are, aren't they?
Can you read this?
From here? No.
Yeah. Well, come on, we got it. Help me out, man.
So let me ask you this, Matt.
Yeah.
Drinking on a boat.
Yeah.
Is that one of your favorite things to do?
Drinking a boat is. I love that.
It's a love it, right?
Boat drinks are just where it.
What's your favorite drink or cocktail to have on a boat?
The ingredients?
Oh.
I wish the podcasters and those
Water?
watching could see Rich trying.
Corn,
High fructose corn syrup.
natural ginger beer flavor.
Natural flavors.
Natural ginger beer flavor.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
Yeah.
Citric acid,
Yep.
gum,
Yep. Gum. Great.
lots of gum.
All right. What about Fever Tree? This is next on Fever Tree. This is what you guys are now going to try.
Okay.
Charisse, can you guys share a little bit? Okay, cool.
Cane sugar ginger root, more like it.
Okay. Sounds a little more natural.
Natural flavors, a bit more acid, and some more acid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Heartburn.
So compare. This is Fever Tree.
Okay.
Oh, Rich, take one.
Oh,
Here you go.
So is this a Dark and Stormy with the fever tree?
We can't call this a Dark and Stormy.
Oh, okay.
Remember that they're listening.
Oh, sorry.
They're listening. We'll call this one what?
Shady and Misty.
Shady and Misty.
It's
Shady and
official.
Oh yeah. So this is kind of how I prefer it.
Shady and Misty.
Fever Tree is a more of a craft ginger beer. It's spicier.
They do all sorts, don't they? They do like tonic waters and all that stuff.
I like that better. I think it's more traditional.
It's got more of a kick to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say a little spicy.
Yeah.
It's a little spicier. Makes you.
It's good though.
Yeah, and that's what you should. You know, if you're having a Dark and Stormy, you want to have.
You know, kick to the balls.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go. There you go. Yeah. So
Very
that's our drink for the week. Dark and Stormy. It's got some history behind it. Great. It's a great boat drink.
Is that your? What is your?
That
favorite
is my
drink?
favorite boat drink.
Okay. Do you have a favorite
Rich?
boat drink, Rich?
I do anything really.
Okay.
Actually, my wife and I on our honeymoon went to where did we go? Where the fuck did we go?
Hopefully she's not listening.
Oh, she is. I see she's on it.
Crazy.
Dominican Republic. Thank you.
There you go.
And we signed up for a day's fishing trip, and my wife
wasn't
even
a fishing trip.
My wife, even before she got on, was feeling seasick because this other couple kept talking about how seasick they're going to get and all this shit. And we walk on, they give everyone a bottle of rum, and people just sipped on that shit all day.
Yeah.
Apart from my wife, who was underneath, trying not to vomit. But,
Did they give her ginger beer?
I don't think they wanted to go near her.
Yeah.
Smart. But we didn't even hold a fishing pole the whole day.
Jeez.
But we did drink.
That's a classic Dominican fishing trip, I guess.
Just real quick, Chrissy in the chat room just posted an emoji with,
Oh,
with an
Chrissy.
an expletive covering her mouth.
Yeah. I guess you're not allowed to speak about that.
All right, don't lock me out tonight. Thank you.
Richie Taylor's on. He's listening. So big shout out to Richie Taylor and happy birthday too to
There you go.
our biggest fan,
Rosa.
Rosa Batterby,
Yep. Happy birthday.
all the way from the UK.
She joined the 44s.
Yeah, so hopefully she'll be on.
Yeah.
So
So what you been up to, mate?
a few new and goods.
Funeral goods.
I came across a really cool bakery in Brooklyn, which is actually really cool. They've got a small company called riseproducts.co. And what this woman does, and this was actually written up in the New York Times just recently, she actually goes around and grabs spent grains from brewing, distilling process. She dries them, she processes them, bakes them, and then basically mills them
That's cool.
and turns it into
Recycling.
bread. So she's actually doing a recycled bread.
That's awesome.
which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And I just got from Hudson Valley Cold Press Oils their recycled black oil sunflower seed that turns into flour.
Oh, wow.
And I'm looking forward to kind of experimenting with that.
Yeah, yeah.
You use it like almond flour. But we're starting to see some pretty cool stuff.
That's cool.
You know, considering like, you know, a distillery or brewery can go through tons of grain a day, gets used, extracted, what it gets sugars out, but there's still a lot of protein in it, and a lot of life. So I thought that was really cool.
A lot of breweries are involved with farmers and will donate the grains for their livestock and chickens and stuff. So
Yeah, you're
that's
seeing
cool.
you're seeing that, you know, with the increase in craft beverages. There's a lot of jobs out there that are farmers, grains, what to do with them, what to do with the waste products. And there's a lot that can be done.
Right.
And there's secondary jobs that are happening as well, from feed to, you know, bakery to actually reconditioning soils that have been
Contaminated.
not contaminated, just withered away by growing corn and not rotating crops and things like that. So it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
It's in the New York Times.
Where are they out of?
They're out of Brooklyn.
Okay.
I will post. It's called riseproducts.com. Really cool company. I am posting it right now. And I think you can buy it right online, which is pretty cool. So I just posted that. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
The other thing, the big news in the brewing distilling industry, 1792, big distillery, bourbon distillery down in Kentucky, traditional distillery, puts out some fantastic, inexpensive bourbon. They had a warehouse collapse. 9,000 barrels collapsed.
Holy crap.
All right, 9,000 barrels collapsed. And they actually saved a lot, but as soon as that came in, all the jokes started coming in.
Yeah.
So we got... Somebody had sent me, Felix, if he's listening, sent me this first responder thing that actually somebody was actually in the warehouse.
When it collapsed. Wow.
The night watchman when it collapsed, which is horrible.
Yeah.
And apparently they had searched all night. They couldn't get to him. They finally made contact with him.
And he was drunk as a lord.
And they made contact with him. Basically, the guy turned around and said, "Leave me the fuck alone."
Oh, yeah.
Just leave me in here.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Dying.
that. and
Where's
then-
my straw?
Yeah, where's my straw? I'll get through it. A sponge, maybe a glass. I don't know. And then the jokes are already going around about, you know, the Warehouse 30 collapse edition and how much it's going to go for, and you know, so that was big news in the distilling industry.
That's cool.
The other thing, hummingbirds.
Yeah, love them.
Do you feed hummingbirds?
No. Do I
No.
feed them?
Yeah.
I don't even see them. I've never even seen a hummingbird. I mean,
Are you serious?
No.
These poor little things come all the way up from South America.
I've never seen a hummingbird except on TV.
They travel, you know, hundreds of miles an hour in the upper atmosphere
Not
to
to
come
my
down
house.
and feed on flowers
Not at my house.
rich in nectar.
Not my house.
All right. Well, hopefully you might be able to, because I'm going to tell you.
We
how to
don't
do it.
feed them, but we have our hanging baskets and stuff out. They're all over.
Yeah, we have one type of hummingbird in this in the Northeast called a ruby-throated hummingbird. Right, travels up from South America, spends the summer up here. It's kind of like, you know, hey, that's where I summer. They have a condo, whatever.
Boat.
They have an enormous energy requirement. So, and we're going to be talking about bees later on too.
Yep.
And they need fresh nectar, especially when they arrive and throughout the summer. You can do that by putting out hummingbird plants.
Okay.
Sugar water.
And a lot of people put out hummingbird feeders,
Yeah.
and you can go to the store. You can go to the place called the Walmart
The what?
I've heard of that.
or the Amazon
Okay.
Or-
The Costco?
or the Costco
Or the Kmart.
or the Kmart. And you can get your little sugar packet, and it's colored red and all this shit, and you pay money for it, and a lot of money for hummingbird nectar, and you fill up your feeders, and it's great, and they show up once. Or you don't need the food coloring.
You just need sugar and water.
You
don't
need sugar and water. And there's a
Done.
lot of
Any
debate.
purple?
Sugar and water, it's a 4-to-1 ratio. No what?
Purple. It's a
Purple.
Dave Chappelle joke.
Oh.
Never mind.
Cricket.
You could purple. Cricket.
It's okay. Sorry. It's okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to sip on some Dark and Stormy. it's a 4-to-1 ratio. Mix it up, put it in your feeders. Make sure your feeders are sanitized, and change your feeders every 3 or 4 days. You will have a shit ton of hummingbirds.
And bees.
Let me ask you.
Not so much bees.
No?
Not so much bees.
Why do you want the hummingbird?
Well, first of all, any ecosystem, the more diverse it is, the healthier the ecosystem is.
Gotcha.
And they've been coming up here for probably since before the last ice age. So
Gotcha.
they're native
And they're
in
really
the summer,
tasty.
and they're really tasty. But they make little fillets. But,
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, you cook them?
Why
Little
not?
snack, little popper?
Not that you're not surprised. You're not
Wait, a hummingbird popper? I'm down.
Yeah. So even if you Google it, if you put out your hummingbird feeder, don't leave it out for 3 weeks and not touch it. Fungus grows, bacteria grows, and you're actually going to end up killing the hummingbird.
Oh,
Wow.
Conjunctivitis, viruses, fungus.
Pink eye?
Pink eye.
Pink eye.
Yeah.
Hummingbirds can get pink eye.
Yeah, it's awful. And it's not from farting on pillows. little hummingbird
Red
pillows.
At least none of them are prima donnas.
No. So, and some people think that you should put out native nectars like honey, but like infants, sometimes honey can grow a fungus that can actually harm or kill infants, and that fungus can affect hummingbirds as well.
Wow.
So, but if you want an active hummingbird garden, and I'll tell you, last night we were out in our deck and we had multiple hummingbirds coming in.
That's cool.
And it just requires a little maintenance. That's
Yeah.
all. And plant some plants that are hummingbird friendly. And you don't need us to tell you what's hummingbird friendly. You can use
The Google.
The Google.
Google machine.
All right.
Love it.
That's it. And then I have one other service announcement.
Let's hear it.
And then it's over to you, Rich. What happened to you the other day when you went into the beer store?
She said, I have to put that in a bag. It's the law.
Right.
And I said, you sure about that? Because the other store the other day didn't say that.
Right. So
So I took a bag.
yeah. So you have to take a bag.
Really? I thought. No, you don't have to take it back. It's closed.
Sorry, you have to put it in a bag. It's the
But
law.
it's closed. It's
But
a
you have to
sealed.
put it in a bag in law.
It's a sealed container.
But it's the law.
Oh, is it?
No.
I'm like, wait, is it?
This is from the New York State Liquor Authority. All right? And at the end of this, be proud of your booze. Be proud of your wine. Be proud of your beer. And show it with pride. As long as it's closed. Okay?
Of course.
There is no provision in the New York Alcoholic Beverage Control Law or in the rules of New York State Liquor Authority that requires a grocery store licensed to sell beer or liquor store licensed to sell wine and spirits to place a purchased alcohol beverage item into a bag.
The only time I've ever put it in a bag is when I take off the top and I walk
And
and
you
drink
sit
with
on the
it.
park
Yeah.
bench.
Right.
Exactly.
And you twist it around. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Exactly.
So,
It's
yeah.
iced tea.
And a lot of places, that are switching over to not using bags because that's what we're trying not to do.
I went to the grocery store today and bought 4 things, and I think they put them in 3 bags.
They should put them in 5.
You know what? Do you need a bag for
Yeah,
that
the
bag?
bags are out of control.
Yeah, they are.
Out of control, plastic
Yep.
in general. So,
Oh, we got a hi, Rich and Matt from Stacey.
That's
Hi,
it.
Stacey.
Stacey!
Stacey's in the house.
House.
So that's all you've been up to?
That's it.
All right.
What about you? What's going on with you?
Well, myself, not being a soccer fan or any sports fan or understand any of it,
This is shocking.
You?
I'm quite proud of the Brits right now because we are kicking
Oh.
butt in soccer.
Cool.
Football.
Football.
So, yeah, we did good on Sunday, and who playing tomorrow? Belgium.
How did you escape not?
I don't know. I got 2 left feet, so they used to throw me in goal,
Gotcha.
and it just wasn't part of it, mate.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, but you woke up early in the morning to actually watch
I
the
set
game.
my alarm.
Yeah,
It took me home for 2 hours, you know?
That's cool.
And then I had to text the mate like 2 minutes into the game and said, what colour are we wearing? I did. I thought we were red. He's like white, mate.
That's
I
great.
like, thanks.
That's fucking great.
Maybe don't scream that out at
Right.
like a classic British football club.
Maybe when we're watching it in the pub tomorrow, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
I'll do my research first.
He reminds me of the girlfriend that want to watch the football game with her boyfriend. It's like, oh, what team are they? What color
Oh
are they
yeah,
wearing?
that's me at a foot.
That's you at a football game?
Yeah,
I ain't got a clue.
yeah.
I usually get like halfway through the game before I try and ask that question. And by that point, it's useless. So, But we're doing good. So
Fucking.
Yeah, it feels good to be
It does.
behind a team.
Yeah, it
it
does.
feels good
Especially
to
when they're doing
be
well.
behind a nation and feeling homesick. If
yeah, I'm sure it's not good to be behind a team that's not winning.
well, you're also. I mean, if you're homesick and you're here, they're there.
And we invented football, so
Oh, I'm not
game on.
Did you?
Yeah, I had to research that. I googled that too. The Chinese, the Chinese say that they did a similar
Okay.
thing before the Brits invented football.
But you're British. You invented everything.
yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
No flags.
Including
no,
the Americans.
Sun does not.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
we did invent the American.
You invented the.
You invented the American.
You invented
I
the
love
American.
it.
You
I
invented
love
the
it.
American, yeah.
Thank you.
I gotta quote that.
Also behind the hummingbird feeder. They invented.
Oh, Frank doesn't like the fake injuries in soccer. No, but
yeah,
they are fixed with a little dash of water to the knee.
And you know what? With today's technology, Frank, you can't hide that. Like
No.
some of these fake injuries, they come back to haunt these players,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
You look like an idiot. And did you see the one circulating women's soccer?
Mm-hmm.
They showed the difference between, a true soccer player and somebody that's faking injuries.
And she had blood coming out of her
Coming
nose.
down
Yeah.
her mouth,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she just spits and keeps
Keeps
on
on
going.
trucking.
Did you see that
Like,
rugby
good for her.
player? That female rugby player?
No.
She was like Marshawn Lynch, just stiff arming all these. It was.
Oh,
just
really?
Beautiful. It was
It's beautiful.
fucking beautiful.
I
awesome.
might even be in love.
Yeah, my heart kind of fluttered a little bit. Just a little bit.
I don't know. Rugby.
Rugby's a great game.
Yeah.
Did you play that?
I did play that.
Oh, okay.
I was terrible at that.
You were
too.
terrible at that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Was there
yeah.
anything you were good at?
Skiing. I
Skiing,
could ski.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Until I broke this freaking leg.
You'll make a comeback.
I'll be back.
You'll be back.
So,
You'll absolutely be
There you
back.
go. What else? I did see tree camping in California. There's a link to that, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here,
You can-
and I'll put the link. This is actually really cool. I don't know if I don't know.
I couldn't do this because I roll around in my sleep. I move around.
And I have to get
I'm
up
with
and
you.
pee.
Right.
What am I going to do about that?
Yeah. I mean, is there a little hole? You can cut out.
Is there a big hole?
Is there a big? You know what I mean?
I got you.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel.
Or you
Like
take your Depends, I guess.
I just throw them off the edge of the.
Well, you can wait till the morning.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Not.
But how cool does that look?
Is it up there?
Yeah, it's there.
It is now.
Yeah. I posted a link.
There it is.
Okay. Yeah. That is pretty cool.
I'm not sure how you get up there. That could be a bit of a trek.
I have a few questions.
Okay, I might not have the answers.
All right.
Well, I'll make them up.
Okay. How do you get up there?
Ladder.
I don't think it's a ladder. I think you're climbing. I think you're climbing either by rope and pulling yourself up,
Right.
kind of thing, and then setting up a platform.
Or you could skydive down to it.
That's going to be painful.
Don't they have jetpacks?
They might.
That's
Might have
cool
jetpacks.
too. Yeah.
An Amazon hovercraft.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Would you do it?
I'd love to try that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be scared to roll over in the night.
So that's classic with rock climbing, multi-pitch rock climbing,
Yeah, I've never seen that either.
where you are going up for 3 days at a time, and you're bringing everything with you, including your platform, camping gear, and all of that.
Right.
And
These pictures-
it's carry in, carry out.
Yeah.
So, again, bodily functions are a question.
My thing is that most of the time that you're up there, you're not even conscious. So you're not even enjoying. You know what I mean? You're up there sleeping. You're not even awake during that period.
Right. By the time you're doing that, you're done. You're not like.
Right. Exactly.
You're spent.
And it's not like, all right, I want to go up there early and hang out for a few hours or whatever. Like, you can't do anything. You like literally you could just maybe, I guess, sit there or lie there, and there's no activities you can do up there.
You could
And-
smoke up and have a few beers.
Okay, that's fine. And that's
That's
great.
a fun night,
fine.
right
That-
there.
I agree. But then when you wake up, I wonder how disorienting that is. Like, oh shit, I'm up in a fucking tree.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and it also, that comes with. I'm just going to do this once. It's
Yeah,
going to be
oh,
terrifying as you become more. Like any sport, as you get more into it, it becomes easier and easier.
But then you want more.
It's like tattoos.
I went not to interrupt, but I went camping once and it downpoured all night, and all I could think was that would be great to have a backup floating tent
Yes.
Yeah,
Floating
right.
tent. Floating tent.
Absolutely.
Kind of like the Bugs Bunny cartoon where the river comes and
Takes everyone away.
takes
yeah.
everyone
Yeah,
away
yeah,
in the
yeah,
middle
yeah.
of the night. And
My parents, when we were younger, they bought like a mobile caravan, but they only slept 2 people, so it had an awning on the side of the caravan,
Yeah.
which me and my brother would sleep in on an airbed.
yeah.
We're pitched next to the river, downpours all night, river overflows. Me and my brother were like, floating around this awning on like 2 foot of frigging water. I was like 8 years old, shit my knickers. Yeah, that was my first camping experience.
And when was the next time you'd camped after that?
Yeah, just a few years. So,
What happened to the caravan?
it got towed out by a tractor.
It wasn't for me, man.
Wow.
It wasn't.
Was it for me, man?
No.
You ever saw that movie?
Green Mile.
No. Brad Pitt. Fuck. When he was a piker.
Oh, a pike.
Oh, yeah.
Lock, Stock, 2 Smoking Barrels? No.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's one of them.
Oh, you're pikey.
Oh, you fucking pikey.
Yeah.
He said, the one at caravan. It's for me, man.
That was good.
It's from that.
It's from that.
It's for me, man.
Awesome.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, you could not. You actually pulled that off really well.
Thank you.
That accent. That was good, man.
Yeah,
Well done.
not bad.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
I'll give it a go.
I give it a go. I also have concerns some of these trees, like just from an environmental standpoint. If a bunch of people are going up and climbing up into these trees, what's the toll? These trees are hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
These are hundreds of years old growth trees, and they deserve their. They've made it this far in human history in the United States. Leave them be. I don't personally think we should be traveling up there. I think scientists. I think doing it on a very controlled kind of
Right,
basis.
it's monitors, right.
Right, you know.
That's the same with anything, though, isn't it?
Right, it's like walking along a trail and
Right.
seeing.
Crap all over the place, right?
Right, exactly. You know, we walked out a couple years ago, or 2 years ago. We went to Yosemite, and we drove in and drove out.
It was jammed.
It was the most disappointing place
Yeah.
I had been to,
That's a shame.
and it was just
Overpopulated?
overpopulated, garbage. It's just accessible to everyone, and that I don't know if that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You know. So
Monitor that crap.
yeah. All right. So what else you got?
Also, I've been doing a few culinary delights, which
Yes.
I've shared my offerings with you.
I'm mildly nervous.
So what you want to do is you want to start with the savoury,
Okay.
and let me know what you think. And this was my wife's idea.
Chrissy. Cool.
Chrissy.
All right. Hey,
But-
Chrissy.
She was inspired by Gypsy and the Hangover Takeover
Okay.
with this dish.
Really?
And we have a video to go with it. So let me know what you think first.
All right.
So wait,
So
savory meaning.
Try the savoury, little things in the cup.
All right. Can I hold it up so we can see?
Yeah.
It?
Oh, wait. Let me put you on camera.
There you go.
All right. There you go.
So a little appetizer, savory. All right.
Yeah, give it a go. What do you think?
This is good.
It's good.
Very good. Tastes like almost like a pulled pork.
Like a pulled pork. All right, and then if you want to play the video, you'll find out. So it is a pulled pork, but it was prepared in a unique way.
All right. Let me.
I'm intrigued.
All right. We're going to start the video right.
Are we going to get trigonosis in about?
Maybe.
Probably.
Dishwasher. No. And you guys did a whole. You guys on the Hangover Takeover did a whole thing about dishwasher cooking.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And my wife stumbled over and she's like, "You are so trying it."
So we literally just
Oh
ate
my
pulled. I was going to say it
God.
had like a medicinally kind of detergent-y kind of.
Did it?
Yeah, I
No.
felt spick and span.
I feel clean. I
Squeak
feel
clean.
so fresh and so clean.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
So basically, just pulled me pork and shoved some barbecue sauce on it, put it in the dishwasher with my dishes, turned it on. 2 hours later, there you go.
really?
Yeah.
That's
I would never would try that.
I
No, I'm just playing.
I looked at a few other recipes. Fish and shrimp and stuff like that, they're very popular for dishwasher cooking. There were some chicken dishes, but they said run your cycle 3 times. I ain't doing that.
No,
So,
fuck that. No,
But
no,
a dishwasher runs at about 170 degrees. So, like using a slow cooker, I guess.
Yeah. Dude,
So-
now, just for pork, obviously, I mean, that was very tender,
Right.
obviously very cooked, but you probably want to make sure the temperature on it is right.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
So we just had our first pulled pork dishwasher
I
pork.
love it. We're definitely going to
Perfect.
be talking about this on Thursday.
Totally.
Very good.
And the other thing on your plate...
That's almost like an infomercial, like a set it and forget it.
Yeah, literally.
That's actually really cool. Well
Right.
done, mate.
Thanks, mate.
That was good.
And the other delight on your plate is a bread with vegetables. A vegetable.
Oh.
Let me know what vegetable it is.
Okay. Is this sweet or savory?
It's supposed to be savoury, but it's
there you
actually sweet.
There we go. There's a little. Super moist.
Yeah, right?
It just breaks apart. Super
Yep.
moist. Do we get a little? All right.
I don't know. It's not obvious.
It's very moist in the palate. It's
Yep.
got a little bit of a baking spice kind of note to it.
Yep.
I mean, it almost tastes like carrot cake a little bit.
A little bit like a carrot cake, like a coffee cake, but
Yeah.
not. It doesn't. It's not that cinnamon bun bomb
Right.
thing. That is really. I would have that with
And
coffee.
there's vegetable in here.
There's a vegetable.
So no. Excuse me. No. Is this gluten free?
No.
Okay.
I used a whole wheat flour.
Okay.
It's not gluten free.
No.
But there's veggies in it. I'm at a loss. I
have no idea.
No? Rhubarb.
No way.
It's a rhubarb bread. Yeah. And they're good.
That's really good.
Yeah, one of my colleagues gave it to me, and I'm like, game on. Because we have a bunch of rhubarb and trying carts and different stuff.
That's actually really good from the traditional rhubarb strawberry
Crisp or pie. Yeah,
crisp.
Yeah.
And what ratio of like rhubarb to flour? Is there a significant amount of rhubarb, or is it
No,
like
I
a
think it was
spike?
like 1.5 cups of flour, cup of sugar, cup of rhubarb, an egg,
almost.
crispish.
There's a lot of rhubarb in there.
Yeah.
That's really
It's
good.
good, right?
There's invasive plant, one of the top 5 invasive plants in the world, which is growing all over the place. It's called Japanese knotweed. You've all seen it if I point it out to you, but it cooks very much like rhubarb.
Oh, really?
And I've been dying to try a
Yeah.
recipe with it. So maybe next podcast, if I can get you some Japanese knotweed,
I'll throw it together.
maybe try it and see
Yeah.
how it comes out.
I don't like knotweed. I like actual weed.
You like actual weed?
I like actual
We could do that. We could do that. But you know what my requirements are.
Snoop Dogg.
And
Lots of cereal.
Cartoons? Sure.
Okay. Done, and done.
White Castle.
We have kind of a connection to Snoop.
Yeah, we do.
That we
We do?
can't really
We talked about that
Oh,
we
yeah,
can't
yeah.
really talk
No,
about
you
it, but
can't talk
it's
about it.
actually
It might happen.
It
one
might
day.
happen.
It could happen
it
one
might
day.
happen.
I
Yeah.
think it will.
I'm nervous.
I'm excited.
Don't be. Yeah,
I
be
may be
excited.
I may be talking a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I love how you set the bar so high.
And then he brings it right down.
No, you set the bar so high, and then it actually can fucking happen. And
Yeah.
You're gonna have to like call him out on it. Like,
Yeah.
one day.
And then
like,
what am I gonna do? So Snoop Dogg is sitting in here. He's like, "Oh, okay, man.
Right.
We're gonna
There's-
smoke up." I'm
right,
like,
he's
you
got-
told me you would do it if I was your guy.
Captain Crunch. There's
Yeah.
cartoons on the TV.
It's got to be a soup spoon and a soup bowl
See,
of
now you're
Captain
getting
Crunch.
specific. But
There's
yeah, sure.
no, I have
A
I
bucket.
Have, yeah, not a bucket, just
Trough?
Don't go crazy,
Crazy.
crazy. My demand. These are not abnormal demands.
Sounds like a prima donna's writer.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We've got a few of them.
Spell
upset.
prima donna.
I'm proud.
That's awesome.
Can you spell prima donna? 'Cause I don't think I can.
You can't.
No.
No,
You tried the other day.
I tried. I
You did.
failed.
That's right.
If I'm a prima donna, I'm fine. I will wear the shirt the day that happens.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
All right.
What about you, Gyps? Anything new?
Not really. We had a really great show. What's today? Today is Wednesday. On Monday.
With the country singer.
Yes, we had
She was
country
awesome.
soul artist Courtney Graff, Graf. Definitely
She was
follow her.
phenomenal.
She's fucking phenomenal. That's the best way I can put it. She's from Jersey originally, but she's moved to Nashville. She's doing her country music
Smart
thing.
girl.
And She's just very soulful, very grounded, very spiritual. She's one of those people that, you know, she's been singing and playing music since she was a child. She's on her path, and it's what she wants to do, and it's what she will do. And she's really inspirational. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. She was really cool, really down to earth. Like a homegirl could put away a plate of food.
That's cool.
You know, we grabbed some burritos downstairs, and you know, I was just trying to be a nice host and just kind of eat, kind of like, you know, neat and not like an animal, like a caveman, like I normally do.
Right. And she was scarfing.
Yeah, nice talking to you. Okay, yeah, whatever. And I was like, okay. So
maybe she should come on with Snoop.
Yeah.
She would.
Yeah.
You know what struck me on that? She talked about her inspiration and her father's cabin that she grew up with.
Oh, yes.
And that was actually that stood out.
Yeah.
And her father's obviously, you know, going through medical issues and still is an incredible inspiration, and it doesn't seem like it doesn't get her down.
Right.
Yeah, when you are blessed and lucky enough to have, you know, inspirational parents around you that support you, and not only that, just they themselves are characters, or they have something about them that gets you as a child, that captures your imagination.
Yeah.
It sticks with you as a kid into adulthood, and you know, you kind of have, I don't want to say a leg up, but you certainly creatively you can have a leg up in that sense, and it sticks out with her. And I really dug her style because, you know, the obvious, yes, she's tall, pretty, and blonde or whatever, but she's like, whatever. Like, I'm here to make music. I'm here to help people.
Super, super humble.
Yeah, super humble. And she's like, you know, even the video that we played, Fumes, you know, she consciously wanted the video to be about, you know, other people and not just, as I made the joke, you know, a pretty girl in a field, you know,
cool.
singing.
Yeah.
You know, and she's like, yeah, like, I want people to it's not about me.
And you hope as she continues with success that humbleness follows, and she just seems like the type person. That's just who she is.
Grounded in spirituality, and you know, she's very God first. And,
it's really cool.
You know, she's awesome. So Courtney Graff, Graf, Graff now on Instagram. Follow her. She's got great music, a great voice. She does a lot of impromptu Instagram videos where she's just singing with her guitar, and she's just got a great soulful voice.
That's cool.
Yeah, you guys are lucky to have her on.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Really cool.
That's really cool. Cool. Well,
what's that topics?
Here we go.
What are we doing? What are we doing, boys?
What are we doing?
So we're going to start with.
We got a lot. We might not get.
We got a lot. We might not get to all. We should probably start with what we didn't get to last week, which is our
no
friend,
Kill Caviar.
No Kill Caviar. Our friend the sturgeon. We found this company just doing some research. British company.
Represented?
They are producing a caviar. As much as we love caviar,
Yeah.
you're not really a big fan of it. It's not super affordable. It's very expensive.
Yep.
The best caviar in the world is beluga sturgeon caviar, right?
Okay.
I personally have never had it.
Yeah, right.
I would like to. One of the reasons I don't have it is because of how the caviar, the eggs are
Harvested.
Which we found out is
Tragic.
very tragic. Yeah.
How do they do it again?
They kill them.
Yeah, but they don't just kill them. You know, a lot of times if you have caviar, if you have sturgeon caviar, which is what you know as like beluga caviar, they're killed, cut open, the egg sacs are taken out, processed, and the carcasses either get thrown away or sold. If you're lucky. We also found out
Well, there's another company. They weren't killing them. They were just opening them up and
performing surgery.
What?
Yeah, stitching them back up and throwing them back in the ocean.
Oh my God.
And they usually die of diseases and all that
infection.
anyway.
Right.
So they're saying, oh, we're doing it ethically. We do a surgical procedure. We open them up. We remove the eggs.
Which kind of sounds good on the surface because you don't kill them; they get to go back home or whatever.
Yeah, but these aren't.
That's like me doing surgery on my chicken.
Right. I don't think these are board certified sturgeons.
Oh! Drop the mic on that. Drop the mic on that. How long you been sitting on that one?
Yeah, that just came out of nowhere.
Well done.
Wow.
Keep drinking.
Yeah.
I really just wanted to say that for the halibut.
Oh my God.
Oh. I got nothing.
All right, we're ending the show right now.
It's Dark and Stormy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That was good.
I don't think these are board certified surgeons that are doing this.
It
It's a horrible practice.
It reminds me of the doctor in Batman with Jack Nicholson when he played the Joker.
Yes.
And remember when he had got the cosmetic surgery to change his face?
Yes.
Remember how, I don't know if you guys.
That's just horrible.
Yeah, it's just horrible.
It's horrible.
That's all I'm trying to say.
You watch a lot of TV.
It's horrible.
Movies.
Okay,
yes,
I got you. It's good.
So it's called KC Caviar. They're out of the UK, and I'll post a link.
The video is really cool.
It's amazing.
Shows how
Do you want to explain what they do?
I don't really know.
But it's amazing.
The video is cool.
The video's actually really cool. These guys actually very similar to almost a human pregnancy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The eggs develop in these sturgeons. Sturgeons have to be 7 to 10 years old before they even can begin to.
And they
take
live
those
to
eggs.
60, 70 years.
Yeah, plus.
Yeah.
There's stories of sturgeon being pulled out of the Snake River in Idaho. They would put whole chickens on hay hooks, throw them into the river, and they would have teams, not one, but teams of draft horses pull out these 1,000-pound sturgeons.
Jesus.
Prehistoric, hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
Those days are long since gone. But instead of killing these sturgeons, this company
They actually farm the fish. They all have names. I'm looking at some of the names here.
Yeah, there's some great names.
They've probably got a good, what do you reckon, 100 fish?
100 fish.
Yep.
They know them personally. They have
They do.
names.
They have drinks with them?
They treat them as if they are family. So now you're probably wondering, well, how do they get the eggs out?
Of course.
The eggs develop. They're given a protein to induce labor gently.
And then massage them out.
And they massage the eggs out. The eggs take some time to brine and process.
And they can harvest once a year.
Once a year. And once the sturgeons have reached their retirement, they get put into a pond and spend the rest of their life living the good life.
Yep.
Okay.
So ethically, environmentally, this is a really cool company, and I would totally love to try some of their caviar.
I kind of want to sign up for one of those massages.
Okay, well,
Have a look at the video.
Why don't we take a look at the video and you let us know?
Okay, let me see if I can.
Yeah, yeah. This is sturgeon massaging.
With the happy ending.
Where am I looking? Is it on the website?
Oh, it's on the.
It's on the rundown.
It's on the rundown.
Oh,
At the end.
I got
Yeah.
it. Okay. Oh wow.
There's the fella.
Here we go.
Wait, hang on. Oh wow.
This is Samantha.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Are you?
Someone just vomited.
You're not getting hungry? You're not getting hungry?
I'm just trying to imagine someone coming
Yeah.
up to me when I'm on my period and just like,
Yeah.
My God.
You got this,
Yeah.
girl.
Would you,
I got ya.
no?
I
I got you.
I need an Advil.
Yeah. I somehow I think there'd be some serious grabbing of.
right?
Yeah.
It's like the same concept, but
Yeah.
no Jodeci is playing.
Yeah. Doesn't make you hungry. No.
No.
Yeah, I don't really want caviar. After
No, I'm good. I'm good.
No.
Oh, you-
I've had caviar once in my life, and I was actually in 5th grade. Our teacher actually brought caviar into the class.
Okay.
And we had some, and to say the least, my palate wasn't mature enough to handle
No.
to handle it.
Mine
The,
still isn't.
Yeah, mine- I don't think
the
mine is.
palate with caviar, the bigger the eggs, the more
The fishier
flavorful
they
they
are.
are. It's not that they're fishy. It's just it's a more of a textural kind of thing.
Okay.
Smaller, almost. Anybody that's ever eaten sushi in their life has eaten caviar.
Right,
I love sushi.
Oh, then you've eaten caviar.
Oh, I didn't know it.
Yeah, it's all over caviar. Or caviar is all over
Sushi.
a lot of sushi, but it's a really really small white fish roe. Sometimes if you're daring, you can get salmon roe. So yeah, but this is a company that if we can get it, I think we should try it.
Just
Alright.
real quick, Michelle in the chat said, "What in the world did I just watch?"
Oh,
Michelle?
Michelle from work, yeah. Hi, Michelle.
Yeah. We had a woman's perspective, Michelle, just comment on and that was not a thumbs sideways, not really a thumbs up, kind of a thumbs down. Yeah.
More of a negative.
Yeah.
All good.
Can we hop around on the schedule and talk about what, as far as what you were bringing up before. It's at the bottom of our list, but I think it might be cool to bring out because we're kind of running, and we'll go back about the cockroach thing.
You want to talk about the cockroach?
Well,
thing?
you brought it up.
I did.
I think it's really cool.
I really haven't researched this either. So basically, in the UK, they did a study, and they're using cockroach milk.
Since we're on the topic of kind of grossness.
I'm
milking.
I'm trying to pull it up. Oh, here, cockroach milk. And it's supposed to be so much better for you than regular milk, right?
That's just not cricket.
But I'm not too sure how they harvest.
Okay.
You need 1,000 cockroaches to get a cup of milk.
Right. So this is a Pacific beetle cockroach. It's considered a superfood.
Okay, so it's not your normal cockroach from.
No, it's not your Madagascar hissing cockroach.
No, these
or
are from
your
Australia.
Cockroach from and they basically extrude the cockroach milk via like very small pipettes. So obviously,
Do they have nipples?
Yes.
little cockroach nipple. And this all comes off of the whole insect
What was the quote
thing.
from Meet the Fuckers?
I have nipples, fucker. Can you milk me?
That's right.
That's what the cockroach is saying.
All right, exactly.
So this all stems from this movement of insect protein and how easy it is to raise insects, harvest them, process them into a very protein, amino-rich, caloric, very good thing to have, right?
And when people with all their allergies and stuff now, they're trying alternatives.
Right.
So you lactose intolerant, go cockroach.
Right. Why not have a power bar?
With your cup of coffee?
Yeah. So I don't know. So this is a pharmaceutical company out of
UK, I think.
might be the UK.
Of course, it's the UK.
Of course, it's fucking UK.
They have the piss
We do
beer.
everything.
They are
we
still
invented
working
the American.
on this. They are still working on this. You tried reaching out.
I can't find anywhere to buy it yet.
Are we
Did you
trying
buy
to-
some?
Are we trying to? No!
Get the hell out of here.
No!
That's awesome. Where'd you find
No,
that?
it's not.
I managed to reach out.
And you milked some cockroaches?
I did not milk cockroaches.
Yes, you did.
Well, I did, but
He couldn't get the piss. He couldn't get the piss now, but he can get cockroach
Right,
milk.
right, that's right.
Jesus.
I have cigar fingers, so my milking, I'm not really good with even udder stuff. So, this.
Where'd you find that?
I reached out to the pharmaceutical company.
Did you really?
There's 4 cups up here.
Game on.
Well, there's 4 of us in here.
I'm not sure how I feel about
Have you
this.
tried it?
No, and I'm not.
What does it smell like?
Is it liquid form?
Well, let me pour it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do.
Yeah. This is awesome. It's like a Bailey's.
Do you want do you want me to pour it in front? I'll pour it in front of the camera.
Yeah, wait. All right, go ahead. Oh, that's gross!
Disgusting.
Fucking cockroach milk!
Brilliant.
Oh my god!
All right.
I just can't.
You got it.
Oh my god.
Well done, man.
No, that's. Oh my god, it's like yellowish brown. Oh no! No!
That's freaking awesome. So where
That
did
is
it?
not going anywhere near my stomach. I'm sorry.
Cheers.
I'm fucking.
Are you
sorry.
really, Rich? Are you really doing this?
Is it really cockroach milk?
Yes.
Hell yeah. What is that?
Is it cockroach?
It's not bad. It's more like yogurt
Oh!
that's gone off a couple of weeks.
Matt just had his.
That's not bad. Just don't taste
It's
like milk.
It's a little lemony.
I'm not doing it.
I do it. It's good.
Oh, but there's like white stuff.
Yeah, there is.
It's a little lemony.
It's not bad at all.
I'm not going to serve this to my kids.
It looks like pancake batter.
It does. It's not bad.
I was doing it for the gram.
She's doing it for the gram.
Doing it for the gram.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah, that reaction says it all. No, thank you. And I have my coffee here. I'm not adding it.
Come
to
on,
my-
Jips.
No.
Do it.
Come on. Come on, Jips.
Come
I
on.
hate you people.
For the team.
Come on, Jips. Come on, Jips.
You gotta try it.
It's not bad, is it?
Oh, it's not bad.
No.
Okay.
Just don't taste like milk.
Definitely
Well
doesn't
done.
taste like
Thank you.
It's more the idea of knowing what it is.
Well,
Yeah.
that was my social experiment.
I guess you find
So
out.
so what you actually drank? Kudos to you guys. I didn't think any of you would do that.
What is it?
What is it?
That is organic buttermilk
Really?
with maple syrup and turmeric.
I am disappointed.
That's probably why I hate it.
Why? You don't like
I
turmeric?
can't milk.
Oh.
That's not bad.
I'm glad I didn't drink
I'm actually disappointed in you.
Yeah, me too.
I wish it was cockroach
Yeah, me
milk.
too. With that excitement for
So
nothing.
if we do get it in,
We had totally trying it.
we are trying it.
All right.
I guys, I couldn't do it.
What, cockroach milk?
No,
Yeah, I couldn't
no, but you did.
You just said.
But you did.
But I
You
didn't.
just did.
But I didn't.
Yes, you did.
But I didn't.
That is well done. That is well done.
That was good.
And I found the little medicine bottle, so I figured that was good.
That was great.
But this is a real thing. I have no idea if it's going to end up coming out.
Yeah, I
you know,
tried
to the
buying it, but
public. I don't see the practical application of it. The amount of effort that it would take to bring this in, I think it's more of a research thing
Right.
to synthesize a power food and using cockroaches as a model, studying that milk and how it raises the most resilient insect on the planet might be something to learn about. Like, okay, this is a insect that can survive
Produces.
nuclear
Right.
blasts and reproduces.
Been around since the dinosaurs.
Exactly. What does it feed its young? Give me some of that.
awesome. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
I was excited for a second.
Well, you can. I have it.
I'm on
I
it.
have it.
I have nipples, fucker.
Yeah, so that's cockroach
Can you
milk.
milk me?
Can you milk me?
Oh my gosh. All right.
Right. What else we got?
So, Victoria Elizabeth, one
of
of
ours.
our friends and fans, and she actually has been sending us some really great topic ideas.
Hence the lobster extraction.
Yeah, the big mother shucker.
the mother sugar.
And
Just real quick,
Yeah.
Sandy Bostic, I'm watching from Australia. That did look like the stuff that squirts out when you squash them. It does.
Sand,
But
Sa-
does it taste like it?
well done, Sandy. Yeah, that's I had to. When I was putting it together, I'm like, what do I think of when I think of squishy
Yeah.
exoskeleton cockroaches? And like it's got a little tinge of yellow to it, a little pussy.
What's the grainy stuff?
That's just turmeric.
It definitely tastes that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool.
Sandy's listening from Australia.
G'day, sport.
That's so cool. That's great. Getting worldwide watchers here.
Thanks, mate.
Sandy.
Yeah.
We will send you this rare batch of cockroach milk.
And you can compare.
Yeah, we'll let you let us know.
Honeybees.
Yeah.
Not doing too well, are they?
No.
So, save a bee. Apparently, they're looking undernourished because they're not getting the sap they need from the plants and stuff.
Yeah, well,
Generations and species are dying off.
Yep.
And we're sort of screwed without them.
correct.
So,
Victoria shared a really, really cool article from Sir David Attenborough,
David Attenborough. Another Brit.
another Brit. You may know David Attenborough as the creator kind of behind
Planet Earth.
Blue Planet. His brother,
Yeah, his brother is. I just said it earlier, didn't I?
photographer.
Yeah, Andrew Attenborough?
Yeah. Is it Andrew?
No,
Okay.
sorry.
Anyway, where is it? I just lost it.
It says why David at the
Yeah.
top.
So, Attenborough basically has said if you find a bee, and I've seen these.
I
and
have too.
Right. You'll see
They're
a bee kind of on the
lethargic,
ground.
yeah.
Wait, isn't it the guy from Jurassic Park, the doctor?
No, but you kind of feels like him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's very British and very like
Steve
Professor
Ooh, we have
Lee.
a T-Rex.
Yeah, yeah. Give it some cockroach milk. It'll be fine. These bees you'll find occasionally on the road, in your garden.
Just honeybees?
No, there's many species of honeybees. There's many species of bees, and this is really, really important because bees are responsible for
3/4 of the world's crops pollination.
correct. So, and there's been some serious decline in flying insects and bees. And if you see a bee and it looks like it's kind of dying, it's not. It's actually
Needs energy.
sugar.
Right.
It needs energy.
Right.
And if you leave a spoon of sugar, this is all David Attenborough saying, like, these are small little changes, small little things you can do, but can have significant impacts, which I think is really cool.
And you might get a hummingbird if you're lucky.
There you go. Leave the spoon by the bee. It will feed on that small amount of sugar, get back to nest, and do what it's got to do. This is important because since 1900, 13 species of bees are extinct.
Wow.
In Germany, 75% of all flying insects have vanished.
That's
That's crazy.
crazy.
That's insane.
75, according to David Attenborough, 75%.
David Attenborough
I
knows.
believe him.
And in the United States,
50% are declined and 25 are facing extinction.
Wow. Actually, it's funny, and we talked about this on Hangover Monday, how fluff and furry animals tend to be the animals that humans we like to rally behind.
Yes.
But insects
Yeah.
never get the love, support,
No.
financial support
Right.
that is needed. Meanwhile, they do more for the ecosystem
Yeah.
than, let's say, bears or something
Yeah.
right.
like that. you
And
know?
I think there's a certain, I don't know what the word is, but connection with David Attenborough doing this on a very small level,
Yeah.
saving one bee at a time
Yeah.
is actually a really, really important thing
Yeah.
to do. Feeding 3/4 of the world's crops, and we are using pesticides, herbicides, changes in climate, previously unknown disease
Right.
are affecting these flying insects and bees, and we have to take care of it, or we are going to. It's gonna.
We'll
start.
be extinct.
Yeah, we'll be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So next time you see a bee
Save
on the
it.
road and you think it's going to sting you,
Unless it's yellow jacket.
unless it's a yellow jacket,
I
then
mean-
what do we do?
Kill them.
Kill.
With,
With-
an EpiPen.
Yes. Okay. Squash them. Don't
Yeah.
milk them.
No.
Don't milk them. They
No.
don't have nipples.
If you see a bee, try and save it. Look at it for what it does.
Be friendly.
They're flowing tonight.
Thank you, Gypsy. So wise. So
try.
all knowing. So thanks, Victoria, for bringing that in.
Be careful.
Beware.
Oh my God.
You guys are full of something.
Right.
Oh, jeez. It was the Dark and Stormy.
There we go.
So, yeah, that was a very small but
Evolve.
high impact thing that we can do to help
Yeah.
save the bees.
Save a bee.
All right. We got a couple things left. What did you want to do, Rich?
Don't know.
We got about 10 minutes.
I think you're the last explore place on Earth's interesting, and
Yeah.
yeah, you brought this up a couple of weeks ago. So I guess these cool vacation spots that were unspoiled a few years ago due to advertising and travel companies
Yeah.
are being overcrowded, taken over, and ruined.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we found we're seeing a lot more, especially on social media, accessing places that have been previously very difficult to get to.
right.
And for you and me, it seems like an awesome place to go and visit. But I think that, not to be Debbie Downer, but there's certain impacts on that, and something that we have to be careful with as we go into the realm of traveling to remote places,
Right.
like the Galapagos Islands, Mount Everest.
Yeah, you say Mount Everest is just a dumping ground for gas tanks.
Yeah, and there's some nonprofit groups. You go up to Mount Everest, it used to be,
One or two people made it to the top,
right.
And then you got coach loads.
right now everyone's doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Now, you got to do it. You got to go up Mount Everest, but it's turning into a trash dump.
Right.
They're very, very sensitive ecosystems up there. There's not a lot up there, and not a lot to break down waste, and there's oxygen tank piles, and
Yeah.
so we're going into these really, really cool places, and yes, I want to do it, and they're very expensive.
Yeah, travel's getting cheaper now.
travel's getting cheaper, but to go to these remote places like the most remote parts of Russia,
Right.
There always seems to be going to these places, these rare ecosystems or unusual indigenous people.
Right.
And
are they there because it's untouched and unspoiled?
right,
If the hordes go in, then it's going
Right.
to break it down.
right. I think with everything that we're seeing on social media and what we're seeing on advertising to go to these places, I think they're really cool. I want to do it.
Yeah.
But they're very expensive.
Right.
And
Then you monitor them.
you just monitor them. I
Right.
think there's good companies to go with. Do your research.
Right.
If you have
Maybe
this,
Rosa can help us with that.
yeah,
She's a
actually,
travel
that'd be-
agent.
yeah, Rosa.
She's not.
If you get a chance to go to this really unique cave that has the most unique ecosystem on the planet, and it's a 5-day trek through the jungle to get to, but you're gonna glamp all the way there. It's gonna be great. Yeah, we went to the rarest cave in the world.
In my heels.
Yeah, and then I had to piss in it, right? Because I had to go. So, you have those
Right.
trips, but
Respect them.
yeah. As that's what's happening with Lord of the Rings, and New Zealand.
Never saw Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That-
British, dude. Aren't you
I know.
supposed to see it?
Beaches too. Was that Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
So
Island full of weed.
they chopped down all the palm trees and stuff for the filming,
Yeah.
and they just
Destroyed
mounds
it.
and mounds of people
Destroyed
just
it.
going in just
Yeah.
because it's cool.
Yeah, you see a movie, you see these unique locations.
yeah.
I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
Wow, and it's tempting because travel industry and the economy in some of these places
Yeah.
are nil if anything,
Right.
and if they get a chance to open it up to travel,
Right.
why not? You know, so I don't know. Would you do it? Go on one of these cool trips?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
But
just-
research it and respect it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Do your research. Find out a little bit more about the company, their ethical practices, and make your decision.
Yeah.
But they are pretty expensive, and they go to some pretty cool remote areas. My dream growing up, and it still is on my bucket list, is the Galapagos Islands.
Oh wow, yeah.
Nobody went to the Galapagos. You
No.
were lucky if you got there.
Now everyone's going there.
When I was teaching, I had multiple students per year. Like, I just got back from the Galapagos Islands. you little shit.
Right,
How was it? Stupid.
right.
The turtles were cool.
No internet service.
We ate iguana.
No Wi-Fi password. That's still my mum all the
Yeah,
time.
it's like ships are going there all the time, and it's
Yeah.
something that they're dealing with all the time on the Galapagos Islands. There's no other ecosystem like that on these animals. All life there has evolved to survive just on those islands, and they've developed these incredible tools to do that. And now it's all being threatened.
Being wrecked.
Cool. Yeah. So
All
do
right.
your research if you're going to travel somewhere cool.
I think we're wrapping up.
And be cool. Yeah. You had some WTFs.
What the heck's?
Do you want to do one of those?
Let's do the first two.
Do we have time?
Yeah. Well, the first one is, I know you like bike riding, so
Okay.
would you?
So what do we call this segment?
I don't know. WTF. It
WTF.
can be whatever you want.
Okay. So you're going to show, what, a video?
Yeah, it's a video. Maybe?
Okay.
Maybe
Maybe not.
If not.
it's not an HTML. It didn't.
It didn't.
hyperlink.
You didn't hyperlink it.
That's
Didn't.
okay.
It's got a cut and
So
paste.
you know what?
It's
We'll
not
do
even
it.
letting me do that.
We'll do it for next week.
We will do it next week.
There you go.
Yeah. Our segment WTF. I think it'll be fun. All right. Well, cool.
Check us out.
Yeah.
roguesontheroad.com.
Yep.
Facebook.
Yep.
Rogue Experience.
Yep.
Instagram.
Instagram.
Or give us a call.
Can they call us? Why not? I don't know. Thanks again. We'll be where tomorrow night? We're going to be somewhere watching the game.
Yeah, we are. Come on, England.
Yeah. So you'll see some posts tomorrow night watching the game. Thanks again. I'm Matt.
I'm Rich.
I'm
And
Gypsy.
Gypsy. Thanks for tuning in.
Carry on.
Carry on.
This is Rogues on the Road with Matt Froman and Rich Marshall, where we talk food, travel, craft beverages, and everything in between.